Hi guys, welcome back to the fourth episode of Sci-Why NewsRoom, your one-stop channel for the latest dope in science, technology, and space. So without further ado, let's dive right in. This week, the electric vehicle world was abuzz with the news of Tesla's new million-mile battery in the works. But in another part of the world, another, much less flashy innovation was announced this week, which could have a sweeping implication on the EV sector. A new form of EV credit trading is being tested out in Beijing, which could revolutionize the way the electric vehicle market functions. The credit system works by issuing of quotas. For example, if there are two companies, A and B, which produce cars, both will get a quota of credits from the government. These credits allow the companies to produce 1 ton of CO2 per credit. Now let's assume company A produces ICE vehicles and emits 170 tons instead of the 100 allowed, while the other produces EVs and only produces 30 tons. Company B can sell its credits to Company A and get some additional revenue, incentivizing them to keep producing EVs. On the other hand, Company A will have to spend money to buy these credits or pay a penalty. This de incentivizes them to keep producing ICE vehicles. Tesla has made over $2 billion from the sales of environmental credits over the years. China has clearly been paying a lot of attention to what's happening with the high demand of environmental credits in the Western markets. This week, the Beijing Environmental Exchange launched a similar credit system to get individuals to drive electric cars or avoid driving altogether. This is truly innovative. Carbon emission allowances are usually traded between companies, but the Beijing Exchange allows individual car owners to create an account and accumulate credits. This works by installing a device in the car that records how much the car has been driven. If an EV has been driven, or if the car has not been driven much at all, then the owner can earn credits. These credits can be bought by companies who need them. This means that the individuals can earn money by selling credits, incentivizing them to lower their carbon footprint. The average daily carbon dioxide emission of an electric vehicle is 0.83 kilograms, while a small sized fuel powered vehicle is discharges 2.5 kilograms of carbon. Thus, each car owner can accumulate credits earned to sell it on to companies on the exchange. Essentially, the Beijing government is sending a message that it pays you not to drive at all or to get around in a zero emission electric vehicle. Of course, this news, as well as a semi production ramp, made the Tesla stock jump over $1,000, making it the most valuable car company in the world. And since I own Tesla stock, I can't stop smiling. In the last episode, I had talked about a range of exciting experiments that are being conducted in the microgravity environment of the International Space Station. In one such experiment last week, scientists have generated an exotic form of matter and are using it to explore the quantum world. There are four states of matter commonly known to us in everyday life: solids, liquids, gases, and plasmas. However, there is also a fifth state of matter, the Bose-Einstein condensate, or BEC. This is not entirely new. Scientists first created BECs in the lab 25 years ago. So, what is the Bose-Einstein condensate? And what's new if they were created 25 years ago? When a group of atoms is cooled to nearly absolute zero, or negative 273 degrees Celsius, the atoms begin to clump together, behaving as if they were one superatom. Bose-Einstein condensates straddle the boundary between the everyday world governed by classical physics and a microscopic world that follows the rules of quantum mechanics. This unique property can help scientists with a theory of everything that eluded Einstein during his lifetime. There are a bunch of complicated models and equations that help understand this phenomenon, as you can see on the left, but let me not bore you with that. Let us hear from the horse's mouth.
A Bose-Einstein condensate is a unique quantum state of matter, which we can only obtain at the coldest temperatures and very high densities. It is actually a macroscopic ensemble of atoms that you can view with a camera, and these wispy clouds of atoms behave in very strange ways They're no longer distinguishable as an individual particle. You really have to describe it more like atoms acting collectively as a wave.
The problem of studying these superatoms on Earth is that they're very fragile in Earth's gravity and can be studied only for hundredths of a second. However, in the microgravity environment of the space station, BECs can be studied for much longer. This amazing research happens in a high-tech microlab aboard the space station called the Cold Atom Lab.
On the Earth, we have a limited amount of time once you let go of the atoms or weaken them that they will fall out of your trap and run into the limits of your experiment. So when we get to a microgravity environment, we can get to these long interrogation times in space.
Once we get on orbit and into a microgravity environment, we'll be able to achieve temperatures never physically manifested before. So we will make the coldest spot in the universe by creating Bose-Einstein condensates and then further cooling them even beyond the BEC realm.
The ultra-sensitive atoms in the Cold Atom Laboratory have the potential to unlock many mysteries beyond the frontiers of the known universe.
Breakthroughs with the microgravity Cold Atom Lab could help scientists develop quantum computers, make the most sensitive detectors, and eventually help form the theory of everything that eluded Einstein during his lifetime. If only he had the ISS then. In our tech section today, we're going to take a deeper look at the Trump-Twitter war and its potential for changing the internet as we know it. While many presidents in America have started wars against nations, perhaps this is the first major war against the internet. While it has been continuing between President Trump and Twitter, his favorite venting platform, for a while, most recently this erupted into a full-scale war when Twitter decided to censor this tweet from the president. In response, President Trump wants to repeal Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act. This section provides immunity to online platforms and protects them from being liable for content billions of people post on their platform every day. On the face of it, this seems like a good idea. Social media companies should be liable for content on it, right? Well, let us try to understand this with an example. You put out a video on Twitter on something you believe politically in, but it is against one specific party. That party sues Twitter. Next time, Twitter will not allow you to post anything political as they are liable. This takes away your freedom of speech, and it is a slippery slope. Who knows what will offend someone and what the social media company could get sued for? Out of fear, the social media company will start curating and censoring every piece of content and become like a news channel. Imagine if every post you make on Facebook, every little tweet you send out, every video posted on TikTok is censored by those companies. This will destroy the basic premise internet was built on: information democratization, information sharing, bringing the world closer. So repealing Article 230 can have grave consequences on the structure of the internet as well as on freedom of speech. This does not mean there should be no censorship. All social media companies, be it Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, have social harm reduction policies. They have AI algorithms and third-party fact checkers to remove harmful information such as hate speech, fake news, and lewd content. In this case, the problem occurred because the policy of public harm reduction was applied to the leader of the state, and for obvious reasons, he did not like it. While Trump has signed an executive order that wants to hold social media companies liable for the content, it is unlikely that the order will have much teeth. The only way Article 230 can be repealed is through a decision in the Congress, and that is quite unlikely. While the debate for freedom of speech, influence of social media, and the need for censorship is unlikely to die anytime soon, right now, you and me are free to create content and express ourselves. So don't hesitate to press that like and subscribe button below and continue to enjoy my channel.